I know you guys have seen it, but outdoor and hiking sneakers have definitely had a moment right now, and Reebok is no stranger to that game. Today we're looking at a collaboration with Spyder with the Reebok Zig Kinetica 2.5 Edge. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Mike from the Sneaker History Podcast, and we are back with another video. Guys, thank you so much for joining. If you hadn't done so already, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like, drop a comment. All those things that help the video get through the algorithm so more and more people can see it, which you guys have been doing an awesome job at. Guys, we hit the 3,500 subscribers. Let's see how far we can go. We got a month and 2 days left. I want to push as hard as I can get to that 5,000 subscribers. I think we can do it. I think we have to, just have a solid push because this year has been the best year of the channel, and it's all because of you guys. So I really do, again, thank you a million times over. Channel wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys watching, so thank you for that. Now, I know you're interested in a shoe because you're thinking, Mike, what in the world are you showing us today? This is very different than what we typically see. You're right. We're looking at something, again, in that realm of hiking, in that realm of outdoor sneakers, but something you can still wear in the street and look really cool because it's really kind of head-turning to me when I see it. And that's going to be the Spyder collaboration with Reebok on the Zig Kinetica 2.5 Edge. Now, if you're asking yourself, who is Spyder? Spyder is a ski brand that is known for their really just popular apparel, their attire, and it's really functional to keep you dry and keep you warm in the slopes, or in the snow, I should say. Now, first thing we get into is going to be our box. Now, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but because they are a snow brand, that's why I went with the all-white box while giving you the Reebok and Spyder logos co-branded right there in the middle in black. You're going to have kind of this almost like pearlescent looking web going across the box here. Maybe you can see it better when I move it around the light here. But that's going to be there along with the Reebok branding on one side of the lid and the Spyder logo or Spyder branding on the other. No extras in this box. All of the extras you need are jam-packed into the sneaker because this sneaker serves a purpose. Again, keeping your feet wet, or keep your feet from being wet and keep your feet from being cold. And although I feel like you could probably wear this outside the cold months, this is definitely tailored to that kind of weird weather you get, whether you're just in your normal just day-to-day life somewhere where it's cold, or maybe you're hitting the slopes with these. You can do both. Now, first thing we're gonna get here is gonna be this really thick, almost like rubberized material across the rand of the shoe on the medial and lateral side, and it's kind of, you guys can hear it here. Definitely a rough material, but it's going to be waterproof that way and tear-proof. Now, the website did mention Cordura as the fabric, but typically Cordura has a tag somewhere on the shoe. I didn't see it. So I'm going to take them for their word and say this is going to be Cordura around the outside, again, that ran the mud guard of the shoe to prevent any tearing, if you're dragging your foot, anything from ripping through the sneaker, and again, keeping you from getting water in it. The underlie here, we're going to get in a white fabric. We're going to get into that in a second. But it's covered in these black raised spider webs with the Spyder logo going across the side. And this fabric is going to be, I got a little pamphlet here, it's going to be from Event Fabrics. Now, Event Fabrics is going to give you a water-resistant upper. It's going to protect against mud, rain, sleet, snow, wind. So basically, it is going to be a way for you to have a good insulation around your foot. I guess that's the best way to put it. But at the same time, I guess we're gonna use a science word here. It's not even in here, I just remember this. Semi-permeable. So it's gonna allow water out. So perspiration allows the perspiration out, but it doesn't let water in. So it's really cool you have that. So that way, if you guys ever done anything outside, really taxing in the winter, your feet still can get sweat on them. And it's awful when you take your shoes off because it's just cold and just terrible feeling. But it's nice that it's going to release the perspiration so that way you're getting a less of a moist feeling and keeping your feet dry from both the sweat going out and the moisture coming in. So really cool there. Now you're gonna get some more of that same fabric we got across the toe box and around the mud guards here on the toe and across the eyelets. Now with the eyelets, this is gonna be a quick lacing system in a way I've actually never seen it before. So first off, you're gonna have black rope laces. But as you see, I am holding a shoe. Nothing's tied together. This is not factory knotted or factory tied. This is the shoe as it stands. There's basically an infinity loop, and it's gonna be a quick lace all held together by this lace loop, or lace lock, I'm sorry. So that way you can adjust. So if I go ahead and pull it down, it's gonna loosen up my laces here. So that way I can go ahead and adjust my fit, get my foot in there. When everything looks good, pull it up top here. I'm locked in for the day. So that's really cool. You don't have to worry about on the slopes if you're out there or just whatever you're doing, hiking. You don't have to worry about your shoes coming in tight, having to stop and untie them. This is not going to let that happen. I really like that. It took me a second to figure it out, because I'm not used to just that setup. Really cool though. I understand the thought process behind it, and it works. It works perfectly. Now, getting behind those laces, you are going to have a thick mesh tongue, which I'm going to make the same assumption. It's going to be that same event fabric here. That has to be done up in black with a raised rubber logo of the Spyder branding here. Behind it is going to be red. Inside of the sneaker, you're going to have a mixture of red and black meshes that really almost have like kind of a fleece finish to keep your foot warm. And if I can get a better shot, which I think I did during B-roll, if so, you're seeing it here. The insole is going to be all red, and it has all of the different technologies and fabrics they use really listed out, which is really cool. I just can't see them because it's kind of hard to see them. Just, you know, we'll have to show you here. But I got to get B-roll so you guys can actually see a better version of what I'm seeing, because it's really cool how Reebok and Spyder had everything listed out so you know exactly what this shoe's made of. I really like when everyone's open about that so you can really get a breakdown of what the shoe is. Now, as we get to the back of the sneaker, you're going to have a pull tab that is super industrial, super heavy duty here. And my thought is that maybe if you're skiing or something or hiking and you want to, you know, get to where you're going, you want to change shoes, it's really easy for you to take this and hang it on your backpack, and it's not going to get ripped off or fall off. And it's like, again, you got a heavy duty plastic triangle here that's hooked onto your heel tab that is sewn on pretty well. So I think that may be the purpose for it, or just if it's just look wise, it looks pretty cool as well. Whatever you want to go with. Now, with the midsole of the sneaker, you're going to have that Zig setup where it's going to be that zigzag setup. And it's definitely something different from what we used to know with the old Zig stuff that used to look like, I used to think it looked like Play-Doh. They came back and really revised this, and this shoe's super comfortable. Like, I remember trying Zig stuff on back in the day when they first introduced it. I wasn't really a big fan, but this really just reintroduction, this revisioning, or this revision of the technology, of the setup is way better than they've ever had before. And this is a super comfortable shoe, I'll tell you that much. So the cushioning system is going to be Float Ride Energy, and you guys have probably seen other reviews I've done on Reebok performance items. So from the Float Ride runners to the Float Ride that is going to be put inside, let me see here, the Nanos, you guys remember these? It's going to be that same cushioning setup that is really super comfortable. I love the Float Ride stuff, man. It's something I can definitely stand behind. It is very comfortable. If you guys hadn't tried it, you got to try something with Float Ride in it, because it's definitely up there with the best of them. Now, you're going to have a mixture of both white here, which is kind of, the white seems more of a lateral stability. It's a lot harder than we get to the black here. So it seems like the white we're going to get is going to be more of a lateral setup. And the Float Ride really comes in underneath that in the black, because it's going to be really soft in the black side here. So I like how they did that. Again, keeping that same design, making it very flowy, very fast looking, but again, revising an old chunky Zig setup. You're going to have here the Science of Speed, which, if I'm not mistaken, that comes from the Spyder brand. That's one of their taglines they put on a shoe on both. Both shoes on the lateral side is going to be there, just a fabric or nylon tag there. Now, one of the big difference you're going to get with the 2.5 Edge is going to be the sole. Now, everything else is typically the same aside, you know, some of the fabrics used. But the big difference is going to be the sole, like I mentioned. This one's going to be done with Vibram. Now, Vibram is going to be typically a lot of soles used when it comes to the outdoor. Very rugged, very durable. And look at this. If I were just telling you, look at the bottom of this, you probably thought it was some kind of outdoor boot or something. This is some seriously aggressive traction, and it's still soft. Like, you're going to get this nice durable rubber, but underneath it, it's soft, so that way you're not feeling like you're just slapping the ground. You can actually walk for miles in this shoe and not feel like you just need to throw these shoes off. So the Vibram sole is going to be there. And if you remember, and I don't have the shoe next to me, they also threw on, this is not, this is it. Yeah, this is it. So, sorry, I think I like to bring this shoe back out because it's one we talked about. But not only have they thrown the Vibram on the Zig Kinetica, but they've also done it on the Club C, which I think is just so cool. Let me know if you guys want a full review on this one. I've been wearing it. I really like it, and I can't get enough of that, man. If you want to do some outdoor hiking in the Club C, you can even do it that way. But I digress a bit. I just wanted to show that one off again because I really like that shoe. But with this, you're going to get a very, again, utilitarian shoe that just looks fantastic, guys. I can't talk enough. I can't say enough good things about this sneaker. It is such a cool looking shoe, and it feels so comfortable on foot. Probably looking at this, you're like, man, this has to be a clunker. Super comfortable, guys. It does have a snug fit, but I would suggest going true to size on it. I know you're like, well, if it's tight, why would I go true to size? You have the adjustment here with the quick lacing system, so definitely try them on to see if that works for you first. But I would definitely suggest going true to size, because I feel like if you go any bigger, you're going to be getting a lot of extra length that you don't want. This shoe, I think, was meant to fit like a glove. Like the winter clothes you put on when you go into snow typically are going to be a closer fit, so that way you actually have that fabric or whatever it is that protects you around you in a manner that actually works. So I definitely recommend trying them on if you can. But true to size is what I would go with. And I just like the shoe, guys. I like it a lot. I am a fan of it. I know it's something different, but you guys know what this channel is. I bring you stuff I like, things that I feel like that should be talked about more. This is one of those sneakers. Now the price point is at $150. This is a newer collaboration, and because it is a collaboration, that price point's a little higher. There's a lot of sizes available on the Reebok website, which of course I will link you guys down below. But you let me know what you think about this one. This is one of those, I think, kind of underground favors, because it's not something everyone's gonna know about. But I think it's just really cool. It's just something that will get heads turning. And if you're a fan of that hiking and outdoor shoe culture, this is definitely a stray from the, I guess, the norm, what people are wearing now. Check it out. Spyder and Reebok Zig Kinetica 2.5 Edge. Definitely one I think is worth a try, especially for my outdoor sneaker fiends out there who really are a fan of those. But let me know what you think about them. Do you like them? Do you not like them? You have a pair already. What are your thoughts on it in the actual snow if you brought them out to the snow? Leave me some comments down below. Let's talk about it. And until next time, guys, see ya.